Hey guys, wanted to go through and show you exactly how I solved these problems when I was making my answer key so I could check your work. First one, 2/3 x plus 1/4 x. I need to find a common denominator. So I am going to list the multiples of 3, 3, 6, 9, 12. List the multiples of 4, 4, 8, 12. I circle the common denominator. I need to change 2/3 to be 12ths and 4ths to be 12ths. How do I get from 3 to 12? I multiply by 4. I do the same thing on the top. 2 times 4. That gives me 8. I want to remember to put my variable. Same thing down here. 4 times what gives me 12 times 3. Do the same thing at the top. So now I can rewrite my problem as 8/12 x plus 3/12 x, and I get 11/12 x. All of that work for just one problem. All right, let's do another one. The next one was 3/8 p plus 3/16 p. So I'm going to list the multiples of the denominators. 8, 16, 24, 16, 32. Oh, found my common denominator. 3/8 equals how many 16ths? 3/16. I don't even need to change it. That one's good. Check. How do I get from 8 to 16? Multiply by 2. Multiply by 2. 6. So my new problem would be, oh, forgot my variable. 6/16 p plus 3/16 p equals 9/16 p. All right, let's do one with subtraction. So that was number 1 and 2. The first subtraction one, 4/5 c minus 1/3 c. List my multiples of the denominator. 5, 10, 15, 20, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Oh, found my common denominator. 4/5 equals how many 15ths? 1/3 equals how many 15ths? How do I get from 5 to 15 times 3? What I do to the denominator, I have to do to the numerator, times 3. 12/15 c. How do I get from 3 to 15? Times 5. Do the same thing to the numerator, times 5. 1 times 5, 5, and I need my variable. Now I'm going to rewrite my problem. 12/15 c minus 5/15 c, and I get 7/15 c. We'll do one more with subtraction. 5/6 minus 4/5 x. List my multiples of the denominator. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Common denominator is 30. There might be other ones if I kept going, but I'm using the least common denominator. That way I don't have to simplify. 5, 6 equals how many 30ths? Put my variable so I don't forget it. 4 fifths equals how many 30ths? How do I get from 6 to 30? Multiply by 5. Do the same thing, times 5. 25. 30ths, x. Same thing down here. 5 times what gives me 30? 6. Do the same thing to the numerator. So now I have 25 30ths x minus 24 30ths x. 25 minus 24, oops, sorry, is 1. Denominator stays the same, and I keep my variable. If you, I will just tell you the answer to number 3 was 7/10 C. Some of you might have gotten 14/20 C, but that just means that you didn't simplify. I can divide both of these by 2 to get 7/10. The answer to number 6 is 19/12 M. Or if you change that to a mixed number, 1 and 7/12 M. The answer to the extra credit is 2.5 Y. You had to find the difference, so you were subtracting. Did I do... Oh, I wanted to go back to this one. The least common denominator is 16, so I use 16ths. Some of you might have kept going and found 32. If you did use 32, your answer would have been 18/32p, which again means you didn't simplify. Divide both of these by 2, you would get the same answer. All right, hopefully this helps. I will show you my work. So this was number 1, number 2, number 4, number 5. I think that was it. And then here are the other answers. If you have questions, please reach out. This is a skill that you will need. I know fractions seem frustrating, but you will need to know how to add and subtract, multiply, even divide fractions, even when you're in college. First class you take is most likely, for me at least, it was a math class that was basic math, a lot of fractions. So just preparing you. Okay, talk soon. Bye.